Hello everyone and welcome to day 1 of this 5-part Yoga for Extreme Beginners series. Before we get started, I want to say, first of all, thank you for being brave enough to try something new. And second of all, keep in mind, we are trying something new right now. So have patience. It takes time to build the strength and flexibility required for a lot of yoga postures. And it takes constant practice and dedication. You don't get there in a day, but you get a little bit further each time you get on the mat. So that being said, take comfort in knowing that my first ever yoga class, maybe this will comfort you, I hated. But now 10 years later, I'm in love with the practice and here sharing it with you. So just give yourself that time, please. And that being said, few things to get started. If you do have access to a yoga block, I highly recommend you grab one. They're great tools for helping yourself get into certain postures a little bit more comfortably. But if you don't have access to a block, you can, for now, use a couple pillows that you could stack up and sit on. And I also recommend you get either a blanket or a towel or something just to help cushion yourself a little bit, and then a yoga mat. So once you've got your props available, go ahead and set those off to the side for right now. And we're actually gonna get started laying on our backs. Oh yeah, that feels so good. So go ahead and just allow your feet to splay out. Allow the backs of your hands to come to the ground. And just close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. Just start to breathe. Just arrive here in this moment. Take a moment just to calm your nerves a little if you're feeling nervous about trying yoga. And take comfort in knowing that no matter how strong or flexible anyone is, the beauty and the challenge of yoga is that there's always something for everyone to work on. So can we hold patience and kindness for ourselves as we work on our stuff? As we continue to breathe, see if you can breathe so deeply into your back ribs that they touch the mat. Really filling up your whole body with your breath. Maybe taking the deepest, biggest breath you've taken all year. We'll take 5 more deep breaths here. No rush. Just move at your own pace, breathing in and out. Maybe noticing how hard it can be to lay still sometimes. One more big deep breath in. One more big deep breath out. Let it go. And then just start to wiggle your fingers and your toes and your wrists and your ankles. Stretch your arms overhead, just taking a morning stretch. And then just go ahead and just roll over onto one side, bringing yourself up. And this is where we reach for those wonderful props I mentioned earlier. So go ahead and sit your block right in the center of your mat, or your stack of pillows, wherever you're at today. And sit on your block. From there, start to move into a cross-legged position. And notice the hip stretch that you probably feel in this pose, especially since we're not used to sitting on the ground very much in our culture. Bring the palms to the thighs. Sit up nice and tall. Now take a moment, just rock the hips too far forward, almost falling off that block. And now rock the hips too far back, rolling back a little bit. And then find the balance, find the middle ground between those two extremes. Take a deep breath and let it out. Gently tighten your belly. Grow maybe another inch or two in your spine. And very, very gently, just slightly tuck your chin to lengthen the back of your neck. Take a deep breath in. Let it out as you release your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe grow another inch through the spine. And look at that. You're in your first yoga pose. Didn't even know it. Or maybe you do. Maybe you feel it pretty good right now. It's all good. We'll take 2 more breaths. That's it. Just 2 more breaths. We can stay anywhere for 2 breaths, right? And then let it go. Wiggle it out. Shake out the wrists. Shake out the arms. Just roll the neck around a little bit. Find a little lightness. We don't have to take ourselves too seriously. It's just yoga. Nothing scary. Then coming back to that seat in the center here, I'll introduce you now to a pretty foundational yoga breath known as Ujjayi. All this means really is you're breathing like Darth Vader. And this is how it works. So we'll go ahead and breathe in really deeply through the nose. And then exhale through the mouth like you're fogging up a mirror. You can even put your hand in front of your mouth if you would like. So we'll inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale, fog up the mirror. Not so scary. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, fog up the mirror. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. So you can see where this breath kind of starts to sound like Darth Vader, ocean waves, or fogging up a mirror breath. It's really all it is. So now that we've got that action with our throat down and that action of breathing, and we've kind of gotten a little deeper into the breath, we'll try that same breathing again, except this time I invite you to close the mouth. So it'll go a little something like this. Inhale deeply through the nose. As you exhale, make that same fogging the mirror breath, but try to keep your mouth closed. Let's find this 3 more times. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, fog the mirror, but keep the mouth closed. If you have any sinus stuff right now, feel free to open the mouth gently. We don't need snot everywhere, it's okay. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale it out. So that's great. So now we've already got our building blocks established for a great yoga practice. We can lay down and breathe. We can sit tall, feel a nice hip stretch, and again, breathe. Notice that theme. The breath is really what we're trying to cultivate in a yoga practice. If nothing else, just keep breathing. So to keep exploring this, we'll move into a few little side stretches just to help us really get into the side bodies, continue to open up the lungs. So go ahead and drop your left hand down. Inhale your right arm up, gently leaning towards your left, and think about breathing into the right lung. Really opening the heart. Exhale it back through center. Inhale the left arm up, right arm down. Lean just slightly to your right, really breathing into the left lung. Just stretching out our diaphragms a little bit, preparing ourselves for what's to follow. We'll just move back and forth. Inhale the right arm up, breathing into the right lung. And notice, are you slouching forward? Can you sit up tall? Can you tighten your belly a little bit? Can you open your heart? And can you breathe? There it is. Coming back through center. To the left. Again, tighten your belly a little. Open your heart. Breathe into your left lung. Coming back through center. Let's do this one more time to either side. Really breathing into the heart space. And just meeting ourselves where we're at today, starting slow, going back to basics. Coming back to center. Just pause, rest the hands on the thighs. You can keep the gaze down, keep it soft. Maybe notice the head rush of oxygen you just felt. It's really easy throughout the day to just kind of constrict our lungs and constrict our breath. And part of yoga is just unwinding that, loosening up. We'll take one more deep breath here. And then return back to this seated pose. Have we started slouching? Can we tighten our belly and find that middle ground again? Lift the shoulders up and then release them down and away from the ears, opening the heart. And if you only remember one thing from this video, that's great. Don't stress out about trying to remember it all and be perfect. I've been practicing yoga for 10 years now, and I can tell you, perfect? Doesn't happen, and that's a great thing. One more deep breath, sitting tall. And there you go. You just started. So I hope if you like what you saw, if you want to delve deeper into this yoga practice with me, that you would like to check out day 2 of our 5-part series. Leave a comment, ask a question. By all means, I'd love to hear from you and help you out. And I hope you continue this beautiful journey that you started today, and thank yourself for taking the time to try something new. Thank you, and see you tomorrow. Lungs for your body. And then just pause for a moment in child's pose.